What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Warrior Soul podcast. And today we have on one of my favorite people in the world, Big Rob from Rob Did It Fitness. Now, Rob is somebody I've known for a while. I met him back when I was still owner and manager of Metroflex Gym in Long Beach, California. And I think I coached him through his second bodybuilding competition. We go into that in the episode. But Rob, since that time, has built an absolutely amazing brand. He's got a huge following on social media, on YouTube and Instagram, and he's out there inspiring people to do their best and to make the most of what they've got. Now, the thing about Rob is this, and this is true of so many people I know, guys like CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid. You look at them today and they have this amazing brand and they have this awesome following on YouTube and on Instagram. And you think, wow, that's a successful person. But the thing is, before they got to this point, there's a long story of suffering and failure and getting up when you've been kicked down and just pushing forward. And Rob's one of those people. He grew up in Compton, California. And he really made the most out of everything that was given to him. You know, he got himself an education, learned how to become a personal trainer, learned how to coach people, learned how learned all the fundamentals of fitness and nutrition and how to build his own body. And he's been helping people for, I think, a good portion of the past decade as a personal trainer and a coach. And now he's inspiring the masses. And so what I really want you guys to get out of this story is understanding where Rob came from and where he is today. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you have to continually push forward. You can't stop just because you got knocked down. And Rob's a really inspiring guy. He, along with CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid and Tanya Moore and all the great people I met at Metroflex back in the day, they've all gone on to do some amazing things. And I'm so proud of everybody from that time, and especially proud of Rob. He's about to go out there and dominate USA's and get his pro card in Classic Physique, and I couldn't be happier for him. So this interview, we go into a little bit of our own history. We go into Rob's training methods, what his schedule's like every single day, what type of diet he's following, and what type of training he's doing these days. And like I said, he's just a great person, and you'll get that from the interview as well. Before we get into our conversation, I just want to give you a note from our sponsors. Two other amazing people, Ross and Kara from F-Bomb Nutrition. They make an absolutely awesome product. They make these awesome portable packets of fats, and my favorites are their nut butters. They have macadamia nut butter base in all of them, but some of them are mixed up with chocolate, some of them are mixed up with sea salt, some of them are mixed up with pecan, and just a really, really great product. And if you're interested in checking them out and getting 20% off your first order, head over to www.dropfbomb.com and use the code WarriorSoul at checkout. Again, I can't say enough about these two. They've been so helpful. They're sending out packets of the stuff, boxes of the stuff out to the troops on the front lines. And we are so grateful for everything they're doing and all the support they give to this show. In addition to that, this podcast is also brought to you by Keto Balance. Now, what is Keto Balance? Keto Balance is an awesome balanced supplement for ketogenic dieters. It's got omega-3 fatty acids, MCTs, and collagen. Now, the good part about that is MCTs, right? Really, really important for helping you to maintain ketosis. They convert very quickly into ketones in your body. Omega-3s are vital for reducing inflammation, right? And so many of us are following these diets and increasing our inflammatory levels, and that affects your brain, it affects your health. And regardless of what diet you're doing, I don't care if you're doing a full-blown ketogenic diet, if you're not getting the right kind of fats in your body, you're going to reach a wall and you're going to hurt your health. Beyond that, they've got collagen in there, and collagen is so vital for healing the intestinal tract and so vital for reducing total body chronic inflammation. If you're interested in checking this out, you can head over to our show notes that I will put in the link in the description here on iTunes and in the description box over on YouTube, and you can check that out for yourself as well. Another awesome product. And with that, let's get into my conversation with Big Rob on the Warrior Soul podcast. All right, Big Rob, welcome to the Warrior Soul podcast, man.
Hey, thank you, Chris. What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. It's been a while since I've seen you in person. We talked on the phone, but what do you got going on lately?
Oh man, right now just getting ready for nationals, USA. Trying to go for this pro card NPC.
Doing that classic physique, right?
Yeah, doing classic physique right now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And you just did a competition not long ago too, right?
Yeah, I did a competition March 24th. It was called Muscle Contest in Venice Beach.
Nice.
I mean, not Venice Beach, in where's that at? Culver City. Culver City, yeah, Culver City. Won first place in my class, and now it's time for me to get even tighter, bigger, and go for my pro card.
That's awesome, man. So what are you weighing in at these days?
Usually competition weight, I'll come in like 234. Walking around like 250. I don't go over 250 no more.
That's awesome. Yeah. Me and Rob go way, way back. And
way back.
I remember the first time meeting him. To tell you the truth, guys, when before we opened up Metroflex Gym, I went and I scouted out a nearby Bally's because I just wanted to see what people were doing, what type of people were going to the gym and things like that, trying to figure out how to promote. I saw Big Rob back then, younger Big Rob, but he was still big, he was still massive. And then lo and behold, he comes into the gym one day, and before I knew it, he was training there. He was a trainer, brought into the Metroflex family, and he was there from the start. That was our family back then, man.
Yeah, sure, yep.
Absolutely. So that's cool, man. What else you got going on in your life these days? Like just training, going down to gold?
I'm locally still training right here at Iron Addicts Gym in Signal Hill right now. And like I said, just training and working on myself with social media and just trying to further myself in my career.
That's cool. That's cool. What's Iron Addicts like? I haven't been down there yet.
It's the same thing, almost like Metro. Same good energy, same good people that's around. Every gym we go to, we bring the energy. So that's the best. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah, man, I remember those days. It was like it was crazy because there was crazy shit happening in the gym all the time.
Yeah,
and we just had so many good people around. So many good people. Just remember hanging out there late nights, fucking.
Yeah, I remember sometimes standing there till 12 o'clock at night, man, just, hopping on the stair stepper and everybody's just talking and chilling.
Yeah. Music blaring and shit like that.
Yeah, music blasting. That's when we didn't even have the fucking writing on the wall back then.
No, man, it was just like a warehouse with white walls, and then there would be like handprints everywhere because it was dirt.
Yeah, it was so dusty, huh?
And I remember you come out of there, no matter what you did, you walked through that gym and you had like a layer of like soot all over you. It was like black stuff all over your hands and like.
It was one time where when I went home, shit, I low key was coughing up the black shit that was in there, the dust.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That shit was. It was the gym. It was where you want to work out at, to feel like iron. When you walk in, it smells like iron.
That's awesome, man. So that's the thing, man, because like I've known all you guys. I've known you. I've known Mike. I've known CT from like back. I remember the day CT walked into the gym, like he was walking on his way to Bally's and stuff like that. But like, I think about those days and I'm like, these guys have come so far. And I'm so proud of you. But could you clue some guys in on as far as like what it was like back then for you? Like, where did you start out? Why did you start training? What were your goals when you first started training in the first place?
Basically, my goal was back in the day was to play Major League Baseball. You know, that's what I used to play first. That was my first passion. Baseball was everything to me. That's all I knew. And I ended up getting hurt. So the best thing for me to do was stop playing baseball. I pulled my hamstring and my quad on the same leg, on my right leg. So I ended up stop playing because I was a catcher. So I couldn't move in different positions like how I really wanted to again because I was always on my knees, and my legs mean everything to a catcher. So I couldn't block the ball as good because I couldn't move as fast as I wanted to anymore because I couldn't push off my right leg. Mm-hmm. So I ended up just giving baseball up. And then when I was going to school, I had a degree in kinesiology and sports therapy. So I said, hey, let me just go into another passion that I like. And when I was playing baseball, I always lifted weights. And I've been lifting weights since I was like 13, 14 years old. So I was like, you know what, let's do something else. Let's go into personal training. So that's when I went up to Bally's. They hired me. I became a successful trainer at Bally's. And that's when I met CT right after that.
That's I heard a story about CT from back then. He was a trainer, and the fitness manager came up to CT and told him that he couldn't take a piss while he was at work or something like that, right?
Yeah. I forgot what I think because he was training a client, then he walked away to go use the restroom real quick, and they was tripping about him using the restroom while training the client.
And what did he say? He was like, "You must have been out of your goddamn mind," or something like that.
Tell me what the fuck to do. You know, he don't play that bullshit.
It's funny as hell, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. And then when by the time you came over to Metroflex, you had your own business already. You were already
yeah. That's then I started. I currently had left Bally's and started working with my friend Jabbar and John at this. I forgot the name of the place. It was called. Let me think of it. Conquest Fitness, and like Lakewood. And I was already starting my own business, Rob Bidded program over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that's when you started doing bodybuilding shows, right?
Yeah, that's when I started doing bodybuilding shows, and CT had got me ready for my first show. That was like no other, anything with CT. That's when It's Still Your Motherfucking Set was born when he got me ready for my first show. That's when I was on the hack squad and he was fucking me up with this thing called 555 that we was doing, and I was ready to just pass off. Cause back then, he only had me on like the day before like a week of the show. He had me drink like a little bottle of water. That shit was like a baby ounce of water for the whole day. And I was down there about to pass out from dehydration, and he was like, "It's still your motherfucking set. Keep going." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh shit!" That's when I went to throw up, and he made me keep going because it was still my motherfucking set.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, and then so you went through that. You came over to Metroflex, and then you did your next show. That was the natural show down there. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Musclemania. Oh no, IMBA.
IMBA. Yeah, you were doing the IMBA competitions, and then I remember I coached you through that one there, right?
Yeah, me and CT. You had got me and CT ready for the IMBA show because what happened was I had walked into Metroflex. That's when I first met you. You asked me like, "Damn, how far are you out for your show?" And I said, "I think I was like 3 months out." He was like, 3 months? Hold on, you look like you're about to compete this week. And you was like, you need to eat.
Yeah, I remember that because I was like, dude, because your cheeks were like, when I look at somebody's cheeks, I see them like sunken in like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, I don't, is this person's either competing or they're nutritionally deficient.
Yeah,
and I remember I was like, you were drinking like distilled water at that.
Yeah, I was drinking distilled water. That's when you first told me like that was shit. That was made for an iron.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'll deplete all the nutrients out of your system. And I was like, get that shit the hell out of here. Start eating right now. And then
Yeah,
you guys was working with you guys for that show. And I remember we had a lot of fun doing it because we
yeah,
went down to that competition. And I said to CT, I was like, guys, it's like, get your suits in order. Make sure you shaved up. Do
yeah,
make sure you don't wear no velour suit or nothing like that.
yeah,
And CT forgot to shave that day.
yeah. And he had to run over and go get a shaver from the gas station. She had ball hairs just sticking out everywhere. That shit was so funny. I always bring that up to him all the time. Yeah, you
I was like, oh my god, there was hair coming out of everything.
everything.
But I love that dude, man. He was freaking hilarious, and I think people don't get how good of a person he is, and how good of a person you are, and how good of a person Mike is. You know, just
Yeah,
from videos and things like that. Because I watch you guys still, and I see a lot of internet commentary out there. And CT's one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. One of the most
man, for real. Yeah,
and like honestly cares about everybody he's involved with, cares about everybody who's around. And you know, it bothered me a lot when I saw a lot of the internet hate that was going on and everything. It's just
I mean, a
crazy.
lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people just don't know how far CT came and what he have accomplished. You know, he accomplished a lot. I remember, like what I said when we was working at Bally's, shit, man, CT was fucking sharing gas money between
Yeah.
each other. Like I would fucking break down for not having gas, and he'll be the savior to come and help me put some gas in that truck. You know, back then, and same here for me with him. Like if one of his bills got cut off, shit, I'll try to help him get the bill turned back on. So we've been through a lot, you know, together.
Yeah, man. People don't realize that, you know, the person you see up there who's like going through all the, you know, putting all this stuff out there and who looks like they're on top of the world, that's a long and painful trip. That's a
Yeah, it
long,
was. Yeah.
painful trip that somebody has to go through for just to get there. And,
Hmm.
you know, like for someone like CT, that story's, you know, 30 years long, right?
Yeah.
You know, from the time he was younger all the way up till now. You know,
Yeah.
same thing for you. I remember you driving that car. Yeah, that car that couldn't go in reverse.
Yeah. You
And
remember that was my truck, my Explorer. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have the money really to get anything new back then. So I was driving the same truck that wouldn't even go in reverse. So I had to get out the car, push it backwards, and then put it back into drive to go.
yeah, I remember that. And I was dirt poor right there with you guys just
Yeah,
from
yeah. I
opening up
remember
that gym.
sleeping at the gym at Metroflex. I remember that, man. I used to walk in at 5 in the morning. You'll be asleep on the couch.
Yep. Yep. I had some guys, I'd be sleeping on the couch, and I used to carry around a little 9mm with me. And
Yeah,
I had these guys, they came in one morning, they woke me up a little bit too startled, and I pointed that shit right at them. But
yeah,
that was those were the days, man. Like we were all struggling. I remember going into the gym at like 5 a.m. and it
yeah,
would
me
be
too. Yeah,
freezing freaking cold in there.
freezing in that shit where you had to have a sweater. When it was cold, it was cold, and when it was hot, it was hot.
Yep, yep. And Mike would bring everybody coffee, and
Yeah,
but the thing
all the
was,
time. Mike was always the cool one to bring everybody something. You know,
yeah, man. But
he was the always giving one. Mike was always giving.
yep, yep. And he would always put like 5 espresso shots in that shit, so it had more
Yeah,
caffeine. Everybody was
yeah.
up.
And I
Um,
was just talking to Mike about that shit about that, like when he came out here like a couple weeks ago at Max Muscle. We went down there, did a meet and greet, and I was just telling him like back in the day it was cool, man, because Mike, when he used to cook, he used to fucking put cayenne pepper on fucking everything,
yep.
and fucking and jalapenos, and he got me used to that shit now. Like if I'm eating food, I'm putting cayenne pepper and jalapenos now. I told him he got me addicted to that shit.
That's a funny thing. And my dog Piper, she's sleeping down here by my feet right now. But
Yeah,
Piper used to get fed by everybody. Like everybody used to give her something. And like to this day, when Piper sees a black dude anytime she goes up, she wags her tail, sits down, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love you so much. Please feed me." And that's
Yeah, because
because,
Mike used to feed her so much.
yep, Mike and CT used to feed her everything. Used to feed
Yeah.
her everything, and friggin' she's like, she was so in love with all you guys.
Yeah, I remember Piper. I remember her.
Yep, yep. So right now you're going for this goal. You're going for the nationals, and
Yeah.
as far as what you're doing, you're a little bit older, a little bit wiser now, right? So
hmm
so what's changed now that you're older? Like what
Basically the training methods is really different for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting older and I know that you can pull different muscles and joints. So I listen to my body and lift a little lighter and a little more squeezing. I train like a real bodybuilder now, you know?
yeah. Yeah, as
You
far
know?
so there's no more 400-pound incline presses or anything like
No,
that
no,
right now.
no, no, no more 400-pound benches. I might go to 405 and that's it. No more trying to do 500. No more fucking 400, 405 shoulder presses. I might stay at 2 1/4, you know what I'm saying? That's it. And just pump it out for reps of 10, 15. I always try to keep my reps to higher than 10 and never go under like 8 at the max. 5, 6, I don't even do those no more. I just, I'm more about shape now too. So that's the difference. And I see that you don't always have to do heavy weight to be able to build muscle.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I've seen some pictures of your lower body. You're looking a lot more tight. Things are coming out a lot more. There's a lot more detail coming out than you had back in the day. Um, as far as the training intensity, though, without putting all that weight on, how are you remaining intense? Like what are you getting out of your
Like
work?
I'm still doing like the same crazy shit that I usually do, like exercise called like 5-5-5, or I might sometimes load up the leg extension or whatever I'm doing, and still bust out like a couple of supersets, to
Mhm.
really squeeze those muscles. Like I might start off with 205 for 12 reps, and I'll go right into 160 for another 12, and I go 130 for another 12, and then I go 100 for another 12. You know what I'm saying? In one set, and that's fucking burning the muscle out. So you don't really need too much heavy weight. Just really focus on squeezing and really controlling the weight and building that muscle.
And thinking back to when you were younger, if there was anything you could have done differently, what would it have been?
Um, I would have. I mean, everything was going right, so I really have never had no crazy injuries. But I think I would have focused more on squeezing and really develop the muscle.
Like squeeze in as far as like slow reps, just trying to
Slow,
get.
yeah, slow reps and more of focusing and mind connection with the muscle.
Yeah. And how's your flexibility and mobility and everything like that? Have you been working anything like that in?
And the crazy part about it, yeah, because now I have somebody that stretches me out I get stretched out probably every twice a week, twice a week, and it actually helps me a little more to be able to push more and be able to squeeze more. Because sometimes as like I'm getting older, the joints don't work as good as they used to, and like some muscles just like get stuck together, and get knotted up, and that shit hurts. So I be
Yeah.
have to get some work done now, and I'm learning that getting work done helps the muscle, so I can be able to push more blood into it.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about that because all of our muscles are encased in fascia. And if the fascia is keeping everything from growing, then you're not going to be able to have those rounded out muscle bellies. You're not going to be
Yeah,
able to get the shape that you want. And I see so many people, they'll do heavy lifts, they'll build up scar tissue over time. But if you don't get that scar tissue worked out, it's not going to look right on the aesthetics at all.
yeah, it sucks too getting it pushed all that shit back out too. Cause
Yeah.
like the first time I was getting them, shit like the work done, it felt like I was getting sick every time from the fascia getting released. All the poisons from the body. So I would have to drink like fucking 3 gallons almost of water that day just to flush everything out.
Shit. And then did you have like muscle soreness for like 3 or 4 days afterwards or?
Hell yeah, like real sore, and then it's because I mean, when you let those fascias go, it's a lot of toxin in the body too. So it's
Yep.
just built up toxins.
Yep. Now, diet wise, what's changed since back in the day?
Right now, like me, I can't take in that much carbs like how I used to. My body don't process it right, like how we used to have it.
Hmm.
So, right now, I don't think I work with carbs that good. So my carbs are very, very low during prep. And because when I take in carbs, I just blow up, you know.
Yep.
And then I had got up to like 300 pounds almost damn near. So I had to burn
Yeah.
more belly fat, you know, on around the stomach, you know.
When were you
Uh,
300 pounds?
yeah, I had got up to 300 before that last show that I
Oh,
just did. So I came from 295 to hopping on stage at 234 and
Jesus.
within 4 months. So people out there, they could do that shit. I know they could. It's just focus and determination.
What did you feel like when you were over 300 pounds? Was that
Oh,
like,
that just sucks, Chris. I would never get that big again because it's hard to sleep. I mean, I started getting like sleep apnea where I'd just be sitting up somewhere and fucking fall asleep. The breathing was hard. Like even at night, my wife will be like, "Why are you snoring?" It's like I can't even feel it. It's just that your breathing and everything is off because you're so heavy and the heart is trying to pump so much.
mhm. Did it take a toll on your workouts?
Um, Not really because I lifted heavier, so I felt better.
Mhm.
But and I always move as fast as I could during a workout, so it didn't mess up the workout. But like when I got home and different stuff like that, I could feel the difference of walking up the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, I mean, I'm a little guy, you know that, but like when I would get up to like 220, I'd have problems like tying my shoes,
Yeah, yeah, it would be hard to tie the shoes. Yeah, different shit like that.
get out
Like
of
even
breath,
finding
get
clothes
dizzy.
back then was hard for my wife to find me clothes because it's like everything won't fit because I was just too big.
That's the thing, man. If you're when you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to find a nice pair of jeans or something like that, it's hard. You can't get those things to fit your legs, and it's not like back in the day. Jeans aren't baggy anymore. Everybody
No,
expects the tight jeans, the tighter
yeah,
fit.
yeah. So what I have to do is now is just I'll have to get the waist a little bit bigger so my legs will be able to fit.
Nice, nice. Um, so nutrition wise, you're cutting the carbs down. You're you're eating a little bit more protein. Are you getting a little bit more fats these days?
Yeah, you know what? Some days I kind of like I try to get in fast too. So what I do is like every other day, check this out. Cause you know, I'm kind of weird when it comes to dieting and different stuff. Chris, I'm the same person. So, you know, I'm always in my head. So like, sometimes I'd be like, damn, I think the fast is going to make me even fatter. You know how that shit is.
Yeah.
So sometimes like today I'm taking it more like before the workout, I'll take it some fast, maybe some almond butter or some cashews or avocado, you know, before the workout. Other than that, I kind of just stick with just the protein and veggies, basically like spinach and
Are you getting MCTs in for energy and
oh yeah,
stuff?
I'm getting all. Yeah, I do take. That's the new thing. I take NCT oil. I love that shit. I feel like that works a lot for me. Bringing down the fast too.
Cool, cool. And who are you working with these days?
Right now I'm working with Don Long and Chris Psycho out there at Gold's Gym. So
Nice.
I mean, they're bringing a good package, you know, this time. So you know, I got a lot of people, a lot of support. I got like Dexter Jackson
Mhm.
helping me, like just stay focused, and you know, I got Sean Roden, all of them cheering me on, telling me I could do it. So that really kind of motivated me even more when I see these guys telling me like, hey, I think you need to go ahead and do nationals. That's what made me really do it because for the last show, I was like, fuck that. I'm never doing the show again because it was just so much, it was just hard and it was just so much dedication I had to put in it. And when you're doing shows, you're basically selfish, you know what I'm saying, with your family because you got to dedicate more time to the gym and doing cardio and different stuff like that. So it kind of messes with the relationship where with your family because you're more focused on yourself than them.
Yeah, how are you balancing that? Because I know you get married. You've you, I know you got a son now. He's got to be big by now. I haven't seen
Yeah,
him in a
yeah.
while. How are you balancing that stuff out?
Um, so now, like the cool part about it, my wife understands what's going on, so that's the good thing about it. But and then like say if I do have to do extra cardio during the day or at night, I just tell her like, hey, let's go for a walk. I might do a walk for the cardio, walk Signal Hill and walk up some hills, and she'll do it with me because she wants to get to her goals too and lose a little weight. So it helps me out for her to go with me. So that's the cool part about it.
Nice.
And then with
Now,
my son, I try to do like on Sundays, I'll try to just do my cardio in the morning, and then I will kick it with him the whole weekend, and just focus on him.
just yeah, just spend some time. It's good to get away from it every once in a while.
Yeah. Hmm.
I see a lot of guys that get burnt out really quickly, and I've definitely been there before. As far
Yeah,
as
because bodybuilding would take over your life.
yeah, it literally will.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people don't understand that. It's like a 24-hour job. You got to measure everything
Yeah.
you're putting in your body. You got to monitor your sleep. You gotta keep your stress levels low, and you gotta earn money, bring home the bacon, and take care of your relationships too.
Yeah, because the food costs a lot too, just to even stay on this program.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, as far as nationals, where are nationals this year? Where you got to go?
Um, this year is in Vegas. Nationals in Vegas this year.
Okay.
Um,
Is it USA's or is it nationals?
no, it's USA's.
USA's. Yeah, that's the Lindsay show.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's USA's. It's a national qualified show to get your pro card.
that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, so you got these awesome mentors, guys like Dexter Jackson and former Mr. Olympia, Sean Roden, like one of the most aesthetic people out there, as
Yeah.
far as like waist size to shoulder size and everything like that. What's the biggest thing you're learning from these guys?
Um, Basically, it's not. I'm learning from them that weight doesn't matter. Like how big you are. Basically, it's more of definition and bringing those cuts in more. So
Mhm.
I'm learning, but that you don't always have to be the biggest guy on stage.
Right, right. And when you're up there with classic physique, you've done bodybuilding shows and now you're doing classic physique. What's what's the biggest difference you're noticing with classic physique
Um,
opposed to body?
I actually like the classic physique category. Simple fact is just it's more me. I don't have to get as big as the typical bodybuilder that you guys usually see right now, and it's just a great class. More about aesthetics. You don't have to be the biggest guy, like I said, to win a classic physique show.
Nice,
Just
nice.
bring the symmetry and definition and conditioning. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I did the very first classic physique show in the MPC.
Uh-huh.
So that was about 2 years ago, and I placed second overall in my class. It was the biggest class. The thing was for me that just with ulcerative colitis, that show nearly killed me.
I
Um,
remember, yeah.
I got really really sick, and what me with the way I pull water and the way I do everything. I do everything a little bit extreme when I'm training for shows. It just
Yeah.
for me, man, it was something that like I just couldn't do anymore. But sometimes I really miss it like crazy. Like I miss
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like I wasn't gonna do any more competitions, but I mean when you get hit by the bug, you get hit with it. So I mean you'll love it and it is what it is, dude.
Yep. Yep.
And I got hit with the bug again.
Yeah. Where are you looking to take yourself after this?
Um
What are you looking to do with yourself? What's the long-term vision?
so right now my long term vision is if I could, one day my dream is to hop on the Olympia stage, battle it out with the best of the best in the world, and just keep growing my brand and keep being Rob did it,
Yeah. And
you
and
know,
and,
being me.
and what's the biggest thing you're trying to teach people with Rob Did It?
Basically, I'm trying to teach people that anything you put your mind to and that you're determined to do, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do whatever you want to do, as long as you put your mind to it and put the dedication to it. That's
Yeah.
why I always tell people there's no limitations, it's all dedication. It's all dedication what you do. There's no limitations to what you do.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, man. And I think, like I said at the beginning, that's something I think a lot of people miss in the story. You know, they see things going on YouTube, they see things going on social media, but so many times they don't understand how much work it took to get there. They don't
Yeah.
understand, you know, all the bills you had to pay, all the
Yeah,
friggin'
like especially like right now, as we talking right now, I'm over here fucking getting my stuff ready for prep right now, like my tilapia and everything right now, you know. And you got to do what you got to do while you're on prep, you know. So it's almost time for me to eat, so I got to get ready to eat. And then like as I'm on the interview with you, I eat at the same time because that's what we do. I mean, it's everything's at a time limit now.
So what's your daily schedule like? I know you're training in Iron Addicts once or twice a week. You're going down to Golds. Like, what's a typical day like for you?
Oh man, so like, look, I got the fish right here, Chris. So you know I'm not playing. But it's basically just train, work out, and just eat. I mean, that's one of the hardest jobs that I'm really doing right now is eating the food because I mean. I'm always hungry. I mean, because I bring in my calories are so low right now that it's crazy right now that it's so low. But I'm really like just trying to. My day is just all about training. Basically, I'm at the gym more than anything, even more than at home. You know. So I mean, it is what it is. That's where I like to be at.
So when you drive, so you have to drive right now from Long Beach. You got to head down to Gold's Gym, right? That's
Yeah.
So you got to carry a few meals with you too. That's because
Yeah, because if you don't, you're not gonna fucking make the meals, or you're gonna have to stop and get something. But like me, I don't trust everybody's food, so I just cook my own shit because I know what I put on it.
Yeah, exactly. So, the big thing for this podcast, a lot of the guys who listening to this, a lot of them are combat veterans. A lot of them have served in the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, and a lot of them have been through some really, really hard times. A lot of them been through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your biggest piece of advice for those guys out there?
Basically, a lot of guys that to me, I appreciate everybody that did service for our country because, like I tell my Marines that I train in different stuff, I couldn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys got heart, you know, and and I thank you guys for that too. But all I got to do is tell them like basically just keep their head up and find something that works for them, you know, because I know they just come home and sometimes not a lot of programs to help them out, you know. So, you know, like I tell some of my Marine guys, if they ever need to talk, I mean, talk it out with somebody because I know sometimes you guys come home and you're not the same because of the stuff that you've seen over there. So I believe that talking helps it out a lot, you know. So like a lot of my Marines, like that I deal with, if they need to talk, I'm here for them, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I know you came out of Compton, California, living in Long Beach now. You've had a lot of friends who became successful. You had a lot of friends who didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
And the big question I have for you is what's the difference between those who make it and those who don't?
Basically the question is that's a good question, Chris. The people that make it are the people that's dedicated and focused to their craft, you know, and the people that's not dedicated and don't make it is the people that let the streets bring them back down, you know, because the streets will always try to bring you down, but you got to stay mentally focused and don't play into the games, you know, because that's all it is. It's a game out there, and you got to stay focused and tell people no sometimes.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I lost a lot of friends that I grew up with to drug abuse, to just shit, right? Shit that they should have never been involved with in the first place. And the way I see it is that these guys, the guys who aren't with us anymore, they bought too much into that story, the story that
Yeah.
they weren't going to be anything more than that, the story that they were going to be a drug addict for the rest of their lives, that they needed that thing. And it's sad, man. It's sad. I mean, I've seen too many people pass away even over the last couple of years. It just sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are when you're talking to your son about what you're doing, what does your son think about it all?
Actually, Zai loves it. I mean, I think one day he's gonna grow up and be something in sports because as he see me, he wants to be just like me. So he when he goes to the gym, he's trying to lift weights already, and you know, and that's one of my biggest supporters, dude. Because anything I do, he knows it by the T. You know, the Rob did it, whatever songs I come out with, Zai knows it from the T. That's one of my biggest supporters, and he just want to be his dad, you know.
Mm-hmm. What's some of the big lessons that you teach him about what you do?
Basically, I try to teach him to be better than me, you know, because he always try to follow my footsteps, but I'm keep telling him that he could be better than me, you know what I'm saying? He don't have to live the same life that I lived, you know, and I try to like really drill him to him right now to not be lazy, you know, get up and do something in your life every day, like, because now even on Saturday and Sundays when he's with me, I wake him up at 7 in the morning and get him going, make him make up the bed, do a couple push-ups, and get his day started. He's not gonna lay around all day play video games.
Yeah, absolutely. That's you know, we see so many kids these days. They expect to earn everything, or they expect to be given everything.
Yeah,
and I think the more we teach our kids that they got to earn everything, that there's no honorable mentions in life. You know, that's it's so important.
And that's what I try to teach my son, that nothing comes to you if you just sit around. So even like if he asks me for money, I make him go collect cans just to get money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you teach him how to save his own money.
That's awesome. So Rob, couple of things, you know, number one, how can people find you? You have a website up these days?
Yeah, so I got a website. It's called robdiditmerch.com. And then you can hit me up on Instagram at _Big Rob Did It.
And you still got War Juice out there, right?
Yeah, and I still got my pre-workout War Juice. What that shit is fucking crazy. If you ever took it, you know that shit is powerful as hell.
I have taken it, and it has made me very, very crazy.
Yeah, that shit is powerful as hell, and that's how I am in the gym. That's what gets me through some of my workouts. Basically, it's just the War Juice. You know what I'm saying? Being so strong that it just gets me through my shit.
Awesome. And then, so you got nationals. What's the date on nationals?
Also, nationals.
I'm sorry.
National is July 27th. So right now I'm 7 weeks out.
July 27th, USA's Las Vegas, Nevada. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's 7 weeks out right now, ready to go, man.
Well, dude, you're
trying to pull everything together, get tight. So right now I'm just eating like a gang of fish, the gang of tilapia, just trying to get fucking right and get straight as possible.
Well, dude, you're looking great, and it looks like your coaches are doing a great job with you. I told you that before, and you know, I think you're going to do great out there, man. And honestly, I wish you.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that too, man. You know, I appreciate that. Like I said, and I know, and that's why I called you one time, because I know that you know me better than a lot of other people. So that's why I asked you, like, hey, Chris, what you think about me eating carbs? And you're like, fuck that. You're very carb sensitive. And that's what I had to tell my coach, like, hey, let's drop it down a little bit.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the thing. Everybody's a little bit different, right? Everybody responds to nutrition a little bit differently. And, you know, you can't just cookie cutter anything. You got to really watch the person. You got to watch how they respond. You got to watch how their biology functions with the nutrition.
Yeah, and then I got to tell a lot of people, a coach is going to help you through it, but you know yourself better than anybody else. So you got to be able to know yourself and then be able to tell your coach, hey, like, I don't respond to this that good. So you got to be able to speak up a little bit too.
Exactly. You're the man in the arena. You know what I mean? When all is said and done, it's up to you. It's up to you to look at yourself. It's up to you to understand how you're feeling. It's up to you to be objective, and it's up to you to get it done and get all that work done. And
Yeah.
it's not the coach that makes the athlete. It's the athlete,
No.
along with the guidance of the coach, that helps everything, right? And then
Yes. Yeah.
that's coming through at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the biggest thing. Well, Rob, dude, it's great talking to you. It's always great connecting with you. I miss
You already know, Chris. You're my boy, man. You already know.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I miss you. I miss all you guys. And
Yeah, miss you too, man. I was just telling Tanya Moore I had talked to you the other day.
I got to connect with Tanya. I talked to her on the phone a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's another great person.
Man, that's my girl. Like, I don't let even my wife know. I don't let nobody mess with Tanya.
Nobody. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's such a great person.
She's a great person.
She puts herself out there for everybody. And we're talking about Tanya Moore, IFBB Pro, female bodybuilder, probably one of the most aesthetic females of all time. Like, as far as
if I need any advice about training, I always ask Tanya too about it. Hey, what you think of? What should I do for this shows to cap it off? She's like, oh, do these. She'll come up with some crazy ass shit for you to do and teach you some shit. She'll take out her time to teach you too.
She's been through it all. Like, and she's been in the game since like the early 90s, I think, something like that. So, you know, it's friggin', she's been in for a while. So, you know, she's probably the most knowledgeable person in Long Beach or even LA area as far as bodybuilding is concerned.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
T Moore is a shit.
Cool, man. Yeah, dude, I got to get out there and see all you.
Man. Like I told you, if you're ever in Long Beach, come down, man. And then from there out there, you know, I'm gonna hit you up.
Definitely come out here to the desert.
Yeah.
Well, to everybody out there, first off, I want to thank you for listening. I'm going to put all of Big Rob's links up on the show notes for this episode. Be sure to look out for him at USA's this summer in July. I'm sure he's going to make a big dent in that lineup. And for everybody out there who's listening, get out there and live your best lives while you can.